Hey guys, Level Cap here. Today I have some exciting news regarding a new weapon coming out for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and we've also got a bit of controversy over stream sniping and banning of players. First, let's talk about this new weapon that was just announced on the Twitter stream for Battlegrounds. This is the MK14 EBR. EBR stands for Enhanced Battle Rifle. It's essentially a highly upgraded M14, the old school M14 from, say, Vietnam era. It's a cool looking rifle for sure. This one was designed for sort of special forces in the US military. The model looks amazing, and it could remind you a lot of like what the SKS might perform like in game. It's going to fire a 7.62 type of ammo. The difference, however, is that this will probably be a bit more accurate, hopefully have a faster muzzle velocity, but it's also got a full auto mode. I imagine it will come with a standard 10 round box mag with the option to upgrade for a 20 round, just like the real life variant. Now, of course, the number one question from the community regarding this gun was, will it be spawnable in the normal game world, or will it be a loot crate only weapon? PlayerUnknown has confirmed that it will be a loot crate only weapon. I think a lot of people are pretty disappointed by this. I'll definitely include myself in that group. I feel like they're making the loot crates a little bit more bland. The AWM and maybe even the M24 are some of the only weapons I think are worth it from the loot crate. Often you'll get a Tommy gun or an M249, weapons that might not really carry you into the end game, but just sort of add a little bit of gimmicky flavor to the game. I mean, the M249 can be great for taking out vehicles, but I think adding the M14 or the MK14 to the loot crate might bland them out a bit more and make the value of going for them even less. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like the MK14 is going to be an excellent weapon, but will it be good enough to warrant the risk of going for the loot crate? Probably not. So I hope that they start adding more weapons just to the base game, more just general spawn weapons in the world. It sounds like the MK14 will probably be objectively better than the SKS, which is okay. It could just be an uncommon spawn compared to the SKS, and that way if you actually found a MK14, you'd be like, oh sweet guys, I found a MK14, you swap out your SKS or whatever for it, and then you've got an interesting sniper slash battle rifle. I know many players, myself included, have had very little time with the Groza. I mean, I've put hundreds of hours into this game, and I think I've maybe used the Groza once or twice in game, and I think I got them off of other players that I killed, and then maybe had an opportunity to kill one or two other players with it. So putting a huge amount of dev time into a weapon that most of the community may never use or use like 1% of the time feels unfortunately underwhelming, and I think it would be much cooler if they stopped focusing as much on the loot crates, or if you are going to focus on loot crate weapons, really do make them interesting guns like the AWM, which has properties that put it above all other weapons in the game. Anyway, this gun will be dropping in the next monthly patch, which is also going to introduce the first person only mode for solos and duos, and then hopefully eventually we'll get it in squads. Now, aside from content updates, there has been quite a bit of buzz surrounding a recent banning controversy. There seems to be quite a few banning controversies so far. First, we had the Dr. Disrespect getting banned for killing a friendly player in a public game, and this was sort of done as an example to show that, hey, Twitch streamers or whoever are not immune from getting banned by abusing the rules of the game. And they have made it clear that team killing is against the rules of the game, and if you get caught doing it, you will get banned. So he got banned, and there's a big controversy about it because they said it was in the name of humor, and apparently the guy didn't care or whatever, but it was done as an example to say, hey, look, everybody is subjected to the same rules. Now, however, there's been another ban regarding stream sniping. Now, from reading as much as I could and actually watching the stream back, it does appear that there may have been a stream sniper in there. Summit and Shroud claimed that they had seen the Apex guy before, or apparently they had seen him before and he kept showing up at weird times during their game. Now, it could have been pure coincidence. Probably not. He probably was a stream sniper. However, what actually happened is it appears that the admins or whoever was in control of the banning there might have picked the wrong guy and banned the wrong player. So unfortunately, it does look like they made a mistake. I haven't seen an official apology or more information on what happened to this guy here who might have been incorrectly banned. But of course, it's exploded on Reddit as this big social justice issue within the gaming and the developers abusing their power and how they're going to kill the community and all this just kind of ridiculousness that has come out of it. It's even turned into an argument about whether or not developers should take action against stream sniping and stuff like that. I mean, it is important for the community to keep the devs in check. And I think Bluehole has definitely been more aggressive than most companies when it comes to banning and taking care of community members. I just find it ironic because so many other companies are so lax with their banning policies where people can cheat and they'll get like a 3-day ban or something like that. And people complain like crazy when it happens. And Bluehole seems to be taking a much more strict approach to it. And of course, people are complaining that it's too strict. Now, of course, mistakes will be made with bans. That happens with every single shooter out there. Hopefully, Bluehole can remedy this situation and fix it, provided that it was a mistake. Again, we don't have the information as the community. We can only look at the facts that we have so far and just assume Bluehole might have more information than we do regarding whatever happened here. But it has been blown out of proportion, and unfortunately, the argument took us turn towards whether or not stream sniping should be a bannable offense. As a streamer and YouTuber, I think it definitely should be, and for a business, it absolutely makes sense because PUBG is getting most of its press and media coverage from YouTubers and streamers whose games are directly impacted by people who can watch them play online and then stream snipe them. And of course, there's measures to be taken on Twitch, like putting a big stream delay on to try and prevent that, but it also makes it very hard to interact with your audience and stuff if you're starting to do that. So there's huge downsides to putting stream delay on. And from personal example, I can tell you that playing PlanetSide or streaming PlanetSide 2 was a shitty experience. People would stream snipe me all the time because everybody played in the same servers, so it was very easy to locate me and come kill me with like a vehicle or an airplane or whatever. It would just happen constantly. And as someone who played the game a lot without streaming and then played it a bunch with streaming, there was a huge difference, and it was very obvious when somebody was stream sniping. Now, it's not to say that streamers are always right with their stream sniping accusations, and sometimes, and a lot of times, I imagine there could be false accusations. And so it is a delicate subject that developers need to handle with care. And I think Bluehole will certainly find the right approach to banning stream snipers and hopefully develop some tools that they can use to confirm stream sniping. A lot of the time, developers will not share their information about how they're tracking players, because then players will get that information. They can figure out how to try and cheat the system or make it look like they're not being detected by it. So that's pretty common practice in terms of trying to detect hacks or cheaters for other ways. So they probably won't tell us how their system works, or maybe even divulge the information that they have from the system. But what they could do is perhaps make a statement saying that we do have a system in place that gives us more information than the public has access to, and that system has given us information that confirms without a doubt that this player was in fact stream sniping and using it to abuse streamers. So can the system for banning be improved? Absolutely. I'm sure that Bluehole is probably working on refining this system and how they ban people, or how they come up with evidence for banning people, and hopefully how they communicate with the community about how their system works in a way that's vague enough so that people can't sidestep it, but also with enough information so that the community realizes that a lot of the bans will be just. Unfortunately, bans or punishment systems within even a legal system within any country do have flaws. There's people that are falsely imprisoned in every country around the world. Unfortunately, it's just a side effect of the human condition. The community will always be there to keep developers in check, as we have seen from this recent issue. It's exploded on Reddit. The developers are obviously aware of it, and they can see how harmful it can be to falsely or potentially falsely ban a player. Personally, though, I'm happy with the more strict approach that Bluehole is taking towards this situation. I think far too many developers are way lax with their banning policies, and I think it overall is more detrimental to the gaming community when a developer is too lax on hacking and cheating and other forms like that. So if Bluehole takes a really strict approach from the get-go, yeah, they might make a few mistakes here with some false bans, but ultimately I think it will be better for the gaming community. So I would just like to say to Bluehole, don't let Reddit get to you too much. Keep doing what you guys are doing. I believe in you guys running your game in a good way. You want the same thing that we do, which is a healthy gaming environment. So anyway, I hope that kind of updates you guys on the situation, the news going on with PUBG, and my opinion regarding this recent banning controversy. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.